Previously on Storylines, the Negro Leagues. When I met Buck in 1993, one of the first questions that I posed to him was, what motivated you to want to build a Negro Leagues baseball museum? And his answer was succinct, but very poignant, so that baseball's unsung heroes will never be forgotten. Without question, Satchel Paige was the Negro League's biggest and brightest star. A lot of people don't know that Jackie Robinson's illustrious professional baseball career began in Kansas City in 1945 with the Kansas City Monarchs. The beauty of the Negro Leagues is that they didn't care what color you were, and they didn't care what gender you were. The legendary Josh Gibson would have hit home runs in any league, in any era, had he been given the opportunity to do so. What we are doing is fueling dreams. We're fueling the possibilities that come from this incredible story of amazing athletes who overcame the obstacles that were in front of them to go after their dreams. And the Negro Leagues gave them a platform to do just that. They say every star tells a story. And isn't it fitting that one story of triumph over adversity was founded in the winter and celebrated in the summer, under bright lights with stars in the sky? A story of monarchs and grays, clowns and Crawfords, eagles and giants, and of course, stars, who defined what for the love of the game really meant. And on those fields, under those lights, legends came to play, where their passion never died, where their stars would always shine. These are the legends. These are their stories. This is the Negro Leagues.
Tell me I was born to lose, but I made a good thing out of that.
I say the name James Thomas Bell, most people have no idea who you're talking about. But when you say Cool Papa, everybody knows.
I'm taking care of business. I got so many things to do. Whoa.
I believe that it is the greatest nickname in baseball history. He is still believed to be the fastest man to ever play this game. How fast was Cool Papa Bell? I guess you could say faster than a light switch. The legendary Satchel Paige would say of his friend that he was so fast that he could walk in a room, turn off the lights, get in bed, pull up the covers before the room went dark. They clocked him circling the bases in an amazing 12 seconds. He twice, honest to God's truth, twice scored from first base on a bunt in exhibition games against Major League All-Stars. He once stole 175 bases in a less than 200-game season. The legendary Jesse Owens, who at that time was the fastest man in the world, would never race Cool Papa Bell. He would have made Jesse Owens look like he was standing still.
Did you ever race him, like, before a game in front of crowds and stuff?
We had a doubleheader in Cleveland, Ohio, and he was in the stand. He see me running the bases around, and they say, I left my track shoes home, so I didn't have any track shoes.
I got work. I got work.
Here's the center fielder, Cool Papa Bell. That's too low. And away we go this afternoon.
1 ball, no strikes.
To the left side, but it is well foul. Hard hit, knocks it down. He makes the throw, but it's not in time. And so they end up with some speed on at first. Go ahead run on base. Taylor will hit next. The pitch. Line drive, and Bell kicks it into high gear. This one looks like trouble. Stop sign goes up at third. Runners at the corners. Nobody out. So digging in, Taylor. Line drive, and Bell kicks it into high gear. This one could be trouble. Runner around third on his way to the plate. Tag, and he's out at the plate. Go ahead run on base. Taylor now at the plate. Line drive, and Bell kicks it into high gear. And it's into the gap. Headed for the plate. The relay throw. Hung up in a rundown now between third and home. And they tag him out. Go ahead run on base. Taylor digs in now. Line drive, and Bell kicks it into high gear. And this one looks like trouble. Bell rounds third, headed for the plate. The relay, the tag, and he's out. Go ahead run on base. Taylor the next to hit. Runner at first with no outs here. Line drive, and Bell kicks it into high gear. And it looks like trouble. And he's got a double. Around third. The relay to the plate. And he's out easily. Go ahead run on base. Taylor will hit next. Line drive, and Bell kicks it into high gear. Could be extra bases. Coming home. Now a relay to the plate. Stuck in a rundown trying for home now. And they put the tag on him for the out. Go ahead run on base. Taylor getting ready to hit. Line drive, and Bell kicks it into high gear. And no one can get there. Lead runner makes the turn at second. And that's a double. Relay throw to third. Now here is Taylor. Line drive, and Bell kicks it into high gear. Could be extra bases. Heading for the plate. The relay. The tag out. Go ahead run on base. Taylor digs in now. Left-hand hitter waits. Line drive, and Bell kicks it into high gear. And it's into the gap. Runner around third. Relay throw. And he's out. Go ahead run on base. Taylor the next to hit. Line drive, and Bell kicks it into high gear. This one could be trouble. Rounds third, headed for the plate. Relay throw home. The tag, and he's out. Now at the plate, Taylor. Line drive, and Bell kicks it into high gear. And this one could be extra bases. Bell headed for the plate. The relay throw. Safe. He scores. Nobody runs like cool Papa Bell. Give it a full shot.
Cool Papa Bell comes to the Negro Leagues as a pitcher, had a full repertoire of pitches. Really good fastball, great breaking ball, screwball, knuckleball. He earned the nickname Cool Papa while facing the legendary Oscar Charleston in a crucial situation in a game, and he struck him out.
You're out! I thought Oscar Charleston and Ben Taylor. Wait a minute, something in my eye. Yeah, that's a curveball in the eye. That's what's in the eye.
And that led the St. Louis Stars manager to say, that guy is cool. And then he added Papa, and the name stuck. But Cool hurt his arm. And it was almost a twist of fate, you might say, that after he hurt his arm pitching, they moved him to the outfield, and the legend of Cool Papa Bell was really born.
Two outs, bases full. Oscar Charleston stepping in now. Oh, he hit him, and that brings home a run. And now Oscar Charleston. And that misses. And that is ball one. And a strike on the outside edge.
The story about Cool Papa Bell striking out Oscar Charleston is even more amazing when you realize it was actually in Bell's professional debut. He struck out Charleston and Ben Taylor back-to-back. Quite a way to start your career.
Stingy Bell had such a good knuckleball, it would cross up his brother Robert, who caught him when he was young. Robert told James only to throw it when they absolutely needed to get a strikeout because Robert kept hurting his fingers trying to catch it.
Cool Papa Bell is in left field there on our Field of Legends at the Negro Leagues Baseball Museum because of another special ball player that's in center field. But Cool Papa Bell is one of the greatest center fielders this game has ever seen. Quick release that made up for the injured arm and blazing speed. He played a shallow outfield, so it was hard to bloop it in front of him. And you had to hit it on a rope to get it over his head because he could get on his horse with the best of them. And Cool would use that blazing speed and ran himself into the National Baseball Hall of Fame in 1974.
Turkey Stearns stepping to the plate now. Line drive. And this one is over. What a play to end the game.
Cool Papa Bell was one of the great leadoff hitters of all time. he became a great switch hitter and then started primarily hitting from his left-hand side. So he's getting a running start from the get-go. Once while playing in Cuba, he hit 3 home runs. And you'll say, well, okay, there's a lot of guys who've hit 3 home runs, but there are not a lot of guys who hit 3 inside the park home runs in one game. Cool Papa Bell, while playing in Mexico, goes from first to third so fast on a single that the Mexican team stopped the game in protest because they swore he had cut across the diamond. There was no way in the world any man could get around the bases that fast. That's the speed of Cool Papa Bell.
Were you always fast? Oh, yeah, I was fast when I was a little kid. It was just something born in me.
Back now at Greenleaf Field. And now the center fielder, Cool Papa Bell. On the ground, right side, Burns steps on the bag. 1 up, 1 down. Drake back to work.
With a lot of Negro League stars, you wonder what they could have done if baseball was integrated at the time. Cool Papa Bell hit almost 400 in interracial games over the course of his career. It didn't matter who he was playing, he always excelled.
Foul ball there. You brought up Bell's success in games against white players, Singy. Hall of Fame third baseman Pie Traynor said he could have made the grade easily and that he could steal a pitcher's pants. Another player said he must have had wings on his feet. That's out to center field. Newman moving under it. And there's 1 away.
One of Bell's greatest compliments came when he dominated the interracial 1936 Denver Post tournament. The sports editor of the paper wrote, "All these years, I've been looking for a player who could steal first base. I found my man. His name is Cool Papa Bell."
Glass over at first with 1 away. Swing and a fly ball, well struck left field. That's out number 2.
Nope, outside. Hey! I got a ball, 1 strike.
2 on, 2 outs. Line to left. And that's the inning. Leading off, Cool Papa Bell. And that one fouled off. And that one is popped in the air, shallow center, and it drops in. On its way to the corner, and that drops foul. swing and a ball lined out towards center, and the inning is over. Drake back to work. And a foul ball.
Well, these guys doing a good job of simply getting the bat on the ball in this game, and the numbers back that up. One thing that really stands out to me is how they've only struck out one time. That's good discipline right there, and on top of it, they're producing more than a hit per inning.
Digging in is the switch inning outfielder, Cool Papa Bell. Cut on and lifted in the air. Harvey makes the catch, and there's one gone. So the lineup flips over. Cool Papa Bell will hit next. And a ground ball to first. And he handles it himself for the out.
We don't really have an accurate accounting of how many bases Cool Papa Bell stole. Not every team in the Negro Leagues kept track of stolen bases, so they just went unrecorded.
On the run, throw to first, and it beats him. What a play. Not a lot of doubt that Bell stole a lot more bases than he got credit for, but we do know that in a game against a bunch of white all-stars, he stole second, third, and home on 3 straight pitches. Not many players with the guts to try that, let alone the skill to accomplish it. And there's a foul ball.
Boog, we usually talk about how fast Cool Papa was, but he was seriously strong, too. He used a bat that was 35 inches long and 38 ounces. That's about as heavy as the bat Babe Ruth swung.
Fouls it off, still 1-2. Just missed.
Nobody knew Cool Papa Bell better than his wife Clara. She said that St. Louis Stars pitcher Slap Hensley was the reason Bell made the Hall of Fame, because he let the other team hit lots of long drives so my man could make great catches.
Bottom of the 9th at the plate. Cool Papa Bell. Swing and a miss. Cool Papa played long before StatCast, but longtime MLB owner Bill Veeck swore that he clocked Bell rounding the bases on a wet day in just 13.1 seconds. The record in the StatCast era is Byron Buxton, 13.85 seconds. And Bell swore he'd done it on a dry field in 12 seconds flat. Good eye right there.
The players who played with and against Cool Papa all raved about his speed. Once in an interracial game, he scored all the way from first on a sacrifice bunt. Nobody covered third, so Cool Papa just kept on going. And when the catcher missed the tag, he scored.
Tag out, and they cut down the winning run at second. Now it's the switch hitting outfielder, Cool Papa Bell. Base knock center field. So a runner aboard to start the inning. That one to first. He takes it himself to the bag, and that'll do it. Yeah, big swing and a miss.
0-1's the count.
Line drive, and it's caught for the out. Ground ball right side, could be two. There's one, and that's all they'll get. In the air, left field, down the line, and it stays fair. Now he'll turn for second. In safely. It's a double and his second hit.
What up, y'all? Yeah, soundtrack, what's poppin', baby? Woo! Y'all ain't know, I go by the name of
Cool Papa Bell played on three of the greatest Negro League teams of all time. You might make a case that they were three of the greatest baseball teams of all time. His St. Louis Stars, Homestead Grays, and Pittsburgh Crawfords. He was a star internationally. There was nothing that Cool Papa Bell didn't accomplish playing in the Negro Leagues. I guess you could say the only thing that he didn't accomplish was the opportunity to play in the major leagues. As Cool Papa would say, they said that they would let a black man play in the major leagues if they could find the right one. Well, according to Cool Papa Bell, they clearly weren't looking for the right one, because the right ones were all there in the Negro Leagues, and Cool Papa was right there in front of their eyes, well, if you could see it.
just a rebel looking for a place to be.
Cool Papa Bell became legendary in St. Louis, where he was a member of the great St. Louis Stars, who won multiple championships there in the city of St. Louis. So it was only fitting that the city of St. Louis would name a street for Cool Papa Bell. Now, I think the speed limit on Cool Papa Bell Avenue is about 25, 30 miles per hour. Y'all, that's too slow. They should have named a section of I-70 for Cool Papa Bell.
Here's the center fielder, Cool Papa Bell. That one the other way. Nice grab.
Judy Johnson was the best defensive third baseman in the Negro Leagues, and he said if Cool Papa Bell hit a ball to the left side that took more than one hop, there was no way to get him out. Judy said you might as well just hold the ball.
That's off the mark, and that's ball one. When Cool Papa got inducted into the Hall of Fame, he thanked them for letting him smell the roses while he was still alive and called it the biggest honor he ever received. But he always said the biggest thrill of his life was seeing the big leagues integrated.
No, that's down.
Bates
Ball.
at second with two down.
In his last season at 43 years old, Bell hit .397 for the Homestead Grays, but lost the batting title to Monty Irvin because he took himself out of the lineup for the last few games. Cool Papa wanted Monty to win because it would give Irvin a better spotlight for Major League scouts.
In there, an RBI triple.